everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2019 horror with a splash of comedy, Evil Everywhere. A film that is written and directed by Mikey Moratini, who also stars in the film as Zeke. And we also have Kareen Micah as well starring in the film. Right, what is this film about? Well, this film, essentially, there are a series of high school killings. This film is set in the 80s. There's a series of high school killings. The perpetrator is stopped, and then 2 years pass, and then the killings start up again. And it is up to the original ones that stopped the original killer to come back and prevent more killings taking place. Right. That's essentially the plot here of this film, a fairly simple premise. Now, this film is a very low budget. In fact, rather than call it low budget, we might as well call it a no budget film, because there is very, very little money spent here on this film. That is very, very clear to see when you watch it. And it's very clear in regards to many aspects of this film when you do watch it, that the performances are obviously from amateur actors. Everything, the editing, the effects, the music, all very low budget, all very amateurish. However, they do make some interesting decisions here to make it more palatable to watch. Like I said, they set it in the 80s, so they give it like this, almost like a grindhouse feel and look to the film. Almost like a VHS. It feels like you're watching an old VHS from the 80s at times. So that helps the film, makes it a little bit more palatable. The fact that the film doesn't take itself particularly seriously helps you to watch this film and make it feel more palatable to watch. And despite the very, very low budget here, some of the effects, are actually not too bad for the budget that they clearly didn't have for this film. And by that I mean I've watched films with bigger budgets where some of the deaths and some of the kills are, cringeworthingly bad. And I don't think, this film does a horrific job in regards to some of the kills here. However, the rest of the film, unfortunately, just doesn't work. Now, this is being released through Wild Eye. Now, a lot of people have got a lot of things to say about Wild Eye, and that's absolutely fine. I get that. But I think the reason why Wild Eye are a good thing is they give small independent filmmakers an opportunity to get their films out there. And I do think that is a good thing. But this film isn't going to be a watchable film for many, is what I'm trying to say here. It's lacking any cohesive narrative at all, and the reason why that is, and when you watch it, it feels like a sequence of shots, or a series of shots have been edited together in a really non-cohesive manner. It doesn't make any sense. It just goes from shot to shot, if you like it, and some of those shots will be a kill, some of those shots will be something incomprehensible. And they just don't tie together, and some of those shots are absolutely, exposition heavy. There's no narrative or, storytelling going on here that's effective or works with a film like this, which is really disappointing, because the film in itself, the concept of the film is very, very simple, but it's made to feel really, really overly complex, and that's the way it's been edited together in regards to the storytelling and things. It just doesn't work from my perspective. And you just can't get away from the fact that the low budget really harms the film. There's a cop that keeps turning up in the film. I nearly choked on my drink when I saw him, because it was clearly a cop costume that they got somewhere. And because they can't afford cop cars and things like that, generally speaking, you only ever see him answering the phone behind his desk and things like that. And for me, if you can't convey that you've got a cop there, you just don't put him in the film. Just don't write your way around it. Be a bit more clever about it. And the performances, are clearly by very amateur actors. They are, difficult to watch at times, some of the performances. So I applaud this film for being out there. I think independent filmmaking is a very, very important thing. And this film feels like a student film, that has been, you know, sent to Wild Eye and think, oh, we'll release this. That's all well and good, but I think most people, if they ended up paying to watch this film, would be bitterly disappointed. But that being said, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. I applaud it for existing, but it's not a great film. The editing and the narrative really harm the film. But there are some things that, like I said, the 80s vibe, the grindhouse feel, the fact it doesn't take itself too seriously is why I've given it a 3 out of 10. So I hope you found this review useful for everybody. Thank you very much for watching.